concrete in the driveway. All right, we are live on the Osmo. All right, welcome. This is my first, we're dudes here, so we don't need that. Okay, so throw that to the side. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep it clean. Okay, next couple things. I have it all rolled out right here. We're gonna roll it out. What I essentially have tacked away in the tent is the one main tent body and then the rain fly. And if you're ambitious, Penny, go. If you're ambitious, then you can get a REI sells custom footprints for the tents. I don't have one for this one. I couldn't find one. This one was purchased with the intention of reselling on eBay, not for personal use. Okay, so I do not have a rain fly for this. But so after first step of opening up the tent out of its cover, glide, do not knock over my can. This is, to the guys watching in live, here is the tie down straps, okay? Throw that off to the side. Here's a simple tent stake, okay? You're gonna come with a lot of them. In this one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty standard for 4 corners plus the middle of a tent. Or if it's circular dome shape, then you have enough for multiple corners. Most tents are either like a rectangle, square, some kind of dome shape. This one's a kind of like a oblong, squished potato shape, I would say. But I think it's really cool because what it does, it gives you a lot of headroom and a lot of feet room instead of restricting you. But it gives you more room for the feet and the head, but it takes away from kind of the side space, essentially. So that's the sacrifice. But for an ultralight 2-person tent, it's not too bad. So since 6 stakes, if you're in kind of nice, solid dirt, these come in useful. If you're in terrain that doesn't really have solid dirt to spike into, like rocks, ice, things like that, that's what the tie. Okay. Yellow piece is going to be the rain fly. Same material as the web bag. Nice little pretty orange polyester. Very, very thin material. It's all very, very nicely stitched and seamed together. Everything's really pretty and new on this sucker. So I found no issues with this tent so far, all the times I've set it up. So for rain fly, we don't need that just yet at this stage. So set that off to the side. What I like to do when I set up my tents, camera, I'm over here, find me. Hello, can you see me? Camera, did you give up on life? You're recording still. Live, you're gonna look at my mug again. All right. Back for the people on the live. Okay, so now I changed the orientation. As you guys saw on the live, what I did, go away from my camera gear, go, I love you, stay away from my camera gear. When you're actually out setting up tents, you actually do want to think about your ground, right? For the purpose of setting up this tent, I'm in my driveway, so I don't have to worry about it. I'll just clean it off for cleanliness. But like this slope, you wouldn't necessarily want to sleep on this slope. It could be kind of annoying. If you are sleeping on a slope like this, you want to make sure, okay, darken it up. All right, so here's what the main body looks like. In the front, is going to be where your main body clips. Okay, so at each 4 corners of this tent, you're going to have clips. On the front, I have this style with a little loop ring. This snap is for the rain fly. I'll show you how everything operates. Okay, it's got this push through seam. Okay, goes all the way to the cross corner. Same thing from that end, goes all the way to the cross corner. And then in this, remember how I said this one's got a nice little hybrid? Instead of having a little pin punch in style, okay, it's just got that termination sleeve. So this catches the post after you've shoved it all the way through this little material container for the ribbing. You push the material up and it's going to create shape. So I'm going to show you how that operates right now. Next step after laying out the tent and figuring out the orientation, set up the poles. These ones are easy because they're all self-contained. Okay, nice one solid piece. This is not multiple poles. This is one solid piece. For the camera looking, you got various splitting attachments. You got multi-colors. As you'll see, it'll all start kind of piecing together the more I start wiggling everything around. You start bending the posts like that. Like that. For the live, you start moving the posts around. This is all one. Okay, remember, maybe I was wrong, 2 solid pieces. Normally for the REI tents, that's 2 pieces. I was definitely mistaken. Life corrected that. All right, 4 pieces. Rain fly, black, end points, end. So I have a small and a big, and 1 piece. If this was one of my other tents, this would be 1 solid piece. I'm not wrong. I just wrong on this tent design. Hey, shh. Quiet. Okay. So I got 2 poles. Show for the camera. Okay. Fish through, push. Push, 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 push. Push. Now I'm stuck. Slide on down. All right. Old school tents would have that opening pop out and then you would terminate it into here, some kind of webbing to hold and contain it. This one keeps it all contained. It's all nicely stitched right here. Okay, nicely stitched right here. So this tent stake doesn't actually leave this little container piece. It just terminates out at the end on this end. So this catches it all. It's all housed on a nice little tough material. Okay, it's supposed to help with speed. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is put pressure on the tent and it's gonna create some form. Let me make sure everything's in frame. So for creating body, it's quite easy. In an old school method like this, that doesn't have like clip-ons, with this material right here, what you want to do is just grab the material, push the tent stake as far as you can. Let the thing bend, let the tent flex. Just keep tension on the material. What you want to do is force the stake, the tent material, the body, or what you want to call it. Keep the material taut. Keep pressure on the actual pole. And then we're just going to clip it in like that. Okay? So, show the camera what happened there. Put tension through. Let it fall right now, right? Because I don't have the second body to tension. Okay, so next piece. Now we have, for the rainfly shape, we have an arc for the big, arc for the small. Judging from the design, I'm thinking big goes up front, small in the back. So it'll fit something like this, okay? Now this one has a little ball socket, okay? So we're looking for a clip with 2 ends ball sockets, and since this doesn't have any material or any other snap-ons, it might snap on here. So I'm assuming the tent's gonna snap to this after we've gotten the 3 end points taken care of. So I'm thinking that ball socket and that point right here are gonna snap to here on the tent at the bottom, through there, or not, above probably. That bend point's probably gonna snap to there in the middle. And then the second one's gonna come across and terminate there. Keep pressure. When you've connected a tent stake, keep kind of positive pressure. Doesn't need to be a lot to flex these things. Okay, just keep pressure, otherwise it flops out at the other end. Okay. Okay. So now its desires it wants to flop down. We're going to connect it here in the middle to kind of keep positive control on it. So now it'll stay. And then we're going to finish off these little snaps. Okay. So that's what it's doing. Work the way down. This is my overcast day. That's what the tent looks like, guys. Enjoy it. Let's get shots of it. The REI Co-op Arete 2-person tent. Set up on the concrete in the driveway. So for those that you've been watching, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys liked this tent setup.